Buenas noches. I'm live. I've got a little break. Those of you who know me, soy Emma Diva. But those of you who know me as Emma Sweeney, know I'm a professional voice coach. Not only do I teach singing and vocal technique, I've studied the voice. Trying to reconnect. Okay, we lost you then. I've studied the voice for 20 years. I've studied sound engineering for more than 20 years. And this absolute ridiculous limiter thing, I've been very fortunate not to experience too much here, because just a lot of the places I play don't have them. But to experience this and know the voice from a physiological point of view is to know what damage is happening. Now, I choose my songs very carefully when I know I'm playing somewhere with a limiter. But I shouldn't have to compromise. I've just been talking to a couple then. They said they only came in because they saw there was live music on. And they love my voice, but it's such a shame the music is so quiet. And they said, you know, it's not like anyone would dance. I mean, they can't really dance here anyway because there's no room. But they said, you know, no one would dance because you can actually literally hear your feet dancing louder than the music. Now, I've been in contact with the Voice Council. I've been in contact with some ENT specialists I know in England. I'm a member of several professional groups for vocal coaches that you're only a member of when you know your shit and you've got qualifications to provide to prove it. And I'm going to collate as much evidence as I can to show what damage is happening to singers' voices, not to mention singers' equipment. Because if musicians, not just singers, guitarists, all sorts, if your equipment trips and you're working in a dodgy place, like someone was working somewhere in Palma the other week and they didn't have a limiter, but the place kept tripping the equipment, which then bust the fuse in their own equipment, but fortunately had a breaker in it. You can ruin people's, if someone's using a valve amp, a really expensive retro valve amp, you're gonna mess up that guy's guitar amp for the sake of having a shitty electrical circuit or a freaking limiter. This limiter thing, as you saw in my last live video, you cannot, my music literally doesn't register on the desk. When I do the odd consonant, p, t, it might register to the one bar of minus 20 decibels on my desk. Minus 20. Because honestly, I'm just so livid. I'm looking for my glasses because I want to read these comments. Well, the artists, I did read that now. The artists got together. Like, I couldn't join them last year because I didn't have my car, but some of the artists got together last year and, you know, to try and protest this limiter. The council don't give a crap. If it can be proven, which is what I'm waiting on, if it can be proven that these limits are causing physiological damage, that can be, you know, legal, I'm not going to go into that, but if it can be proven, then I think maybe they might listen. Or we'll all just have to get different jobs and people will have to just have a night out with no entertainment, with no live entertainment, because the same thing happens with the karaoke as well. They've got to go on the limits as well. You know, I am absolutely livid because for me, as a singer, I made a choice to come to this island. Now, here, we live here for the way of life. As a working singer, who was working for record labels, who was working with some of the biggest producers whose music, my voice is still played all over the world, in nightclubs, on radio stations, from songs that I've done over the last 15, 20 years. So for me to come here and have to ruin and time out my voice, listen to me. I've got to sing for a further 90 minutes. I've got another 2 sets to do. Now I feel like shit today anyway, because I got food poisoning last night further down the road in a place that will remain nameless. But I feel like shit. But I put my face on, still look like shit, still feel like shit. But thanks to MAC Cosmetics, I'm able to not scare everyone away. Now, I will put money on the fact, in fact, not even I will put money on it, because I know enough about the voice to know what damage it's doing to the voice to have to sing like this. And basically that's my rant. I haven't done a rant in a few days. I'm going to do another one. And also, might I just say, none of this is having a go at any of the venues that have got a limiter, because they really cannot do it any other way. They either have a limiter or they don't have music. They have to pay for the limiter. They can only buy the limiter from one approved supplier, and then they get a fine if they don't use it or if it trips too many times. So they really can't win either. Any suggestions, please put them underneath. I'll have some nice music news for you soon, because like I said, I do, even though I'm here and my career's gone down the shitter because I can't really be in big labels anymore while I'm on a little island, I am still doing stuff online, remotely, for various record labels. And I've just done a track with a label in Australia that'll be on a film, a mainstream film, I think next year. So I can't obviously say anything yet. But yeah, there are ways to use your voice other than live music, but it's just a shame that the live music aspect is being absolutely annihilated. I will see you maybe after the next set. Come and see what you got to say, okay?